Psychological challenges of injury and recovery in football. Imagine a young boy, filled with dreams of football stardom, rising through the ranks to become one of the world's most renowned players. This was the journey of Cristiano Ronaldo, a name that resonates with football fans worldwide. But even the greatest of players are not immune to the psychological hurdles posed by injury. In 2008, Ronaldo suffered a devastating ankle injury that threatened to derail his career. As a fiercely competitive individual, he was devastated. The fear of losing his identity as a football superstar plagued his mind. However, Ronaldo's resilience and unwavering determination, combined with the support of his teammates and coach, Sir Alex Ferguson, paved the way for an awe-inspiring recovery. Through countless hours of rehabilitation and sheer mental fortitude, Ronaldo's triumph over his injury, reclaiming his place on the field and cementing his status as one of the all-time greats. But Ronaldo's story is not unique in the world of football. Let's turn our attention to Zlatan Ibrahimovic, a charismatic and enigmatic striker known for his larger-than-life personality. In 2017, Ibrahimovic suffered a career-threatening knee injury. For a player who exudes confidence, the psychological impact was profound. The doubts crept in, whispering that his days as a footballer were numbered. Yet, Ibrahimovic refused to succumb to self-doubt. With the unwavering support of his coach and teammates, he embarked on a grueling rehabilitation journey. The road to recovery was filled with physical pain and mental challenges, but Ibrahimovic's indomitable spirit pushed him forward. Against all odds, he made a triumphant return to the field, proving that his passion for the game and his unyielding belief in himself could overcome any obstacle. Football is a physical sport, and injuries are an inevitable part of the game. However, the road to recovery can be long, painful, and filled with doubt, fear, and uncertainty. It highly involves emotional ups and downs that can affect the mental health of a player and their overall well-being. In this video, we'll explore the psychological aspects of injuries and recovery in football, and how players and coaches can navigate this challenging terrain. So whether you're a player or a fan, get ready for an eye-opening look at the hidden side of football injuries. In football, psychology plays an important role in injury and recovery, not just for the individual player, but also for their teammates and coaches. Let's look at examples of 3 football players who had improved recovery thanks to the support of their coaches and teammates. First up is Kevin De Bruyne. In 2018, the Manchester City midfielder suffered a knee injury that kept him out of action for several weeks. Kevin De Bruyne, after suffering a knee injury in 2018, may have experienced feelings of frustration, disappointment, and even depression. These are common emotional responses to injury, as athletes are forced to take a break from the sport they love and miss out on important competitions and events. De Bruyne may have also felt pressure to recover quickly and prove himself to his teammates and fans, which can be stressful and overwhelming. But with the help of his coach Pep Guardiola and his teammates, who provided him with encouragement and resources for his rehabilitation, De Bruyne was able to recover quickly and return to his best form. Next is Neymar Jr. In 2019, the Brazilian superstar suffered a metatarsal injury that threatened to keep him out of the Copa Americana tournament. He was faced with the possibility of missing the Copa Americana tournament, which is a major event for any Brazilian footballer. This may have caused him to feel anxious and uncertain about his future, as well as disappointed that he wasn't able to participate fully in his team's preparations for the tournament. However, with the emotional support and encouragement of his coach Tite and his Brazilian teammates, Neymar was able to make a quick recovery and play a key role in Brazil's success in the tournament. Last but not least is Virgil van Dijk. In 2020, the Liverpool defender suffered a serious knee injury that required surgery and a lengthy rehabilitation period. He may have experienced a range of psychological challenges. He may have felt a sense of loss and grief at being unable to play the sport he loves, as well as frustration at the slow and painful process of rehabilitation. He may also have felt pressure to make a quick recovery and return to the pitch, as Liverpool were struggling with defensive injuries at the time. In the midst of all these challenges, the support from his coach, Jurgen Klopp, and his teammates, who regularly checked in on him and motivated him to stay positive, encouraged Van Dijk, and he was able to stay focused and make a successful return to the pitch in April 2021. Let's examine a study published in the Journal of Sports Rehabilitation, which examined the relationship between injury beliefs and psychological responses to injury in professional footballers. The researchers found that players who held negative beliefs about their injury were more likely to experience higher levels of anxiety, depression, and perceived stress during the rehabilitation process. But at the same time, the study also showed that social support, including support from teammates and coaches, was positively associated with lower levels of anxiety and depression in injured footballers. This, of course, highlights the importance of addressing psychological factors, such as injury beliefs and social support, in the injury recovery process. By providing positive reinforcement and social support, coaches and teammates can help injured players cope with the emotional and psychological challenges of rehabilitation and improve the overall recovery outcomes. Here are some ways that psychology relates to injury and recovery in football and the role of teammates and coaches. First up, coping with injury. When a player gets injured, it can be a challenging time emotionally and mentally. Teammates and coaches can provide emotional support and encouragement to help the injured player cope with the distress of being sidelined. Next, pain management. Football players are at risk of chronic pain, and pain management is crucial for their recovery. Coaches and teammates can provide support by encouraging the injured player to seek help from a psychologist or other healthcare professional, reminding them to take medication, and helping them adhere to a rehabilitation plan. Moving on to returning to play. Returning to play after an injury can be a daunting process, and coaches and teammates can play a crucial role in helping the injured player navigate the return to the field. Coaches can provide support by helping the player develop a gradual return-to-play plan that is safe and realistic, while teammates can also offer encouragement and support during the training sessions. Adherence to rehabilitation is next. Sticking to a rehabilitation plan is crucial for a successful recovery, but it can be challenging to stay motivated and engaged in the process. Teammates and coaches can provide support by helping the players stay on track with their rehabilitation plan, offering words of encouragement and celebrating small victories along the way. Finally, psychological readiness to play. After an injury, football players may experience anxiety or fear of re-injury when returning to the field. Coaches and teammates can play a critical role in helping the player develop the psychological readiness to play. Coaches can provide support by offering positive feedback and encouragement during training, while teammates can offer support by providing positive reinforcement and boosting morale. To buttress the importance of providing emotional as well as mental support to injured players, providing emotional and mental support to injured players is important not only for the player's well-being, but also for the overall team culture and performance. Coaches and teammates who provide support can help injured players cope with the emotional impact of injury, stay motivated during rehabilitation, and feel valued and included within the team. In summary, football players are not immune to injuries, and the psychological challenges they face during recovery can be just as difficult as the physical ones. However, the support they receive from their coach and teammates helps them to overcome these challenges and to stay focused on their rehabilitation. This goes further to highlight the importance of emotional and mental support, just as physical support. Don't forget to like and share this video if you found it informative, and also subscribe to get the latest comments from our channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time.